Arsenal in April, when the pressure arrives, we just turn into a different team.
And it will be the biggest bottle job of all time if we don't win this.
Look, Arteta's got to win, obviously got to win this league. If he doesn't win this league, I don't want him here next year. I'm being brutally honest about it.
This episode is sponsored by football's ultimate survival game. Let's see who's the final one standing. Hi and welcome along to Fourever Arsenal. Wagwan, my people. We are here on a Sunday. We was waiting to do the show after seeing Manchester City play. Manchester City winning their game by 3-0. Of course, Arsenal yesterday losing at home against Bournemouth. A real shock to the system. We're going to take a look at that game yesterday. We're going to take a look at the overall picture. Of course, it's a big week for Arsenal. Champions League second leg against Sporting, and then at the weekend. And now, absolutely, I mean, it was always going to be big, but it's even bigger now. Arsenal taking on Manchester City. You saw Man City fans drinking bottles of Arsenal's tears at the end of the game. Lots to discuss today, right? So we're going to be taking you through that. Welcome along, Curtis. Welcome along, Jack and Lee Judges. Actually, just before we get into it, just got to say that this show is brought to you today by William Hill's Final One Standing, football's ultimate free-to-play eliminator game. Remember, you can win 50 grand if you can stay in the competition longer than me. I have gone for Manchester United to beat Leeds United tomorrow. I got, Man United's game's always on a Monday, so I've got to wait for that, right? So if you want to enter and you can outlast me, a lot of you would have made your picks already this weekend. You had to put them in before 3 p.m. If you've been successful, make sure you get them in for next week, right? All you got to do is download the app and scan the QR code, and whoever outlasts me can win £50,000, right? You've got to be over 18, based in the UK or Ireland only. Gamble responsibly, and terms and conditions apply. Hold on, what's this? I see there's also a beat Lee Judges.
Yeah, that's right. I've come in now. I've had enough of it. I've already got, just to say, you're under massive pressure, right? If Leeds get a draw or a win tomorrow, you're out. Myself and Jack would have beaten you, because we've gone through today, Jack, haven't we? With our picks. You had Manchester City. I had Sunderland. It's Curtis up there. Has gone with you, Man United. So listen, £1.07 is the record. I'm going to beat that. So you beat the judge. Now it's 50 grand. It's the same prize money if you can beat me. Now listen, let's be honest. It's a bit better competition. I have ball knowledge. He doesn't. So this is you. If you really want to get involved and really make it happen and beat the judge, you've got to be good.
You got lucky. No, actually, you didn't get lucky, because back in against Tottenham, I mean, we'll have a little chat about them later on, because all these Tottenham fans giving me loads and loads of stick yesterday. I was like, hold on a minute. Haven't you got your game? Haven't you got bigger things to worry about with a relegation battle? You know what I mean? I didn't even go at any of those Tottenham fans today, because I don't really care about them. You know what I mean? I don't really care about I think they're going to go down. But I don't really care about that right now. What I do care about is Arsenal. And yesterday, simply not good enough. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys watched the game, the Man City-Chelsea game. I was saying to Jack before we even came on air, I was watching the game, and ordinarily I'll be watching it, I'll be like, come on, Chelsea, man. But I was watching the game, and I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Whatever happens, happens. Because you know what? Even if Chelsea get a result out of this game, these guys are still not getting off the hook for that performance yesterday. That was absolutely shocking. They don't really deserve to get a leg up from Chelsea. You know what I mean? So I was completely indifferent to that game today. I watched it, but I didn't. I was cooking in the background. I was messing around doing other stuff. I weren't really interested, because I'm still really hurt from the performance of the Arsenal versus Bournemouth game. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Oh, go on, Curtis. You go first. I don't know what you said.
What, the Chelsea? Yeah, Chelsea City.
No,
I mean,
I'm not on about the Chelsea game. I'm saying that I weren't
I
interested.
forget that, right? Oh, you weren't interested in it.
You can talk about it if you want, but me personally,
Nah.
I'm so hurt. I am really hurt at yesterday's game, man.
I mean, Arsenal is a wave of emotions. I've been angry. Yesterday, I was just numb. I was numb to it, bro. Like, Arsenal in April, when the pressure arrives, we just turn into a different team. I just thought yesterday, I mean, I was looking at it, and I don't want to isolate an individual because it's about the collective and the manager, definitely. But Havertz plays in the 10 against Man City, we get beat. He plays in the 10 against Southampton, we get beat. So what does he do? Lo and behold, he plays him in the 10 against Bournemouth. Guess what happens? We get beat. How many times does this manager need to see things to understand what they are? I just think now, as a fan base and a collective, we just got to start calling things for what they are. Like, we're at the stage of the season now. Noni Madueke has not been a successful signing. Simple as that. 52 million while Ethan gets loaned out. Yeah, that hasn't worked. Zubimendi, as faded as this season's gone on, he was absolutely dreadful yesterday. Our players always look shot to pieces. Ben White was one of the best right backs in the league. Looks like he can't defend at the moment. Just can't do anything. You've got David Raya, who thinks that you guys go to the game. Does he think you go to the game to watch him on the ball? Do you know what I mean? There's a reason you're the goalkeeper, mate. You remember as in school days, PE, you put the worst player in goal, right? You do a job, yeah, because you're not good on the ball. David Raya is good on the ball, but I don't want to see you doing outside of the foot first-time passes to get us up the pitch. And that's got to be a tactic. You can't tell me any goalkeeper chooses to do that. Then you look at the front line. The front line is shot to pieces and has been for a long time. Noni can't find form. Martinelli and Trossard, it's like getting kicked or punched in the face. I don't know which one's worse. Gyökeres runs around. He scored a penalty. Didn't really do much else. Havertz, I mean Havertz. And then you look at the manager. I'm sorry, for me, I mean, I've said a lot about the manager. I'm not going to do like some 5-minute monologue about him. It's just quite simple for me. I just don't think the guy's good enough. And I don't think he's ever been good enough. He's tried to become good enough, but he isn't good enough. You look at Pep Guardiola. I heard an interview with Church. He said, oh, Pep gives me the freedom to play. I don't think Arteta gives players freedom to play. He's trying to control a game when you're losing the game. We were playing yesterday like we were 1-0 up. Time wasting. 25 seconds Ben White took to take a throw-in at 1-0 down. David Raya stands on the ball.
Is that what it
25
was?
25 seconds, Rob.
Because I honestly, like in the game, I was going absolutely mental with how long, not just him, every one of them takes to take a throw-in. Is that how long it was? 25 seconds? 25
seconds. That one where he just stood there for ages. I thought his arms were stuck. I said, what's going on? And for me, people, honestly, like this is our 4th title challenge. 3rd, really. Last year, we weren't really in the title race. This will be the most gargantuan bottle job that I have ever seen from this football club. I don't even know how we recover from this if we don't win the league. Because as players, you're going to be broken at this one. And let's be honest, at the moment, City are like a steam train. You know what I mean? The bit of that game we watched today, they could have won 6-0. And this is the same Chelsea we went to and drew against 10 men. Some of us thought it was a good point. You know what I mean? Some of us. Do you know what I want to know, Rob? What is your opinion on Mikel Arteta? Because even in my stream, people are saying to me, you've got to ask Robbie about Arteta tomorrow. I'm going, listen, I'm going to ask him, but I want to know your opinion on Mikel. Because he got schooled
why does everybody always think I'm like his cheerleader or something like that?
Because
I don't understand this. If the guy's doing well, I'll back him. I can't back him for yesterday. That was absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. As I said, I'm watching players, and it summed it up for me, and it has to be the manager. It has to be the manager on this one, yeah? When a player is taking, you said 25 seconds to take a throw-in, and it's 0-0 or 1-1. And I'm like, that must be a plan, because it weren't just Ben White who done it. Mars Lewis Skelly does it. All of them do it. And I'm like, what is that? Now, if you're at home and you're going for a title, I expect the team to be intense. I expect there to be some intensity. You're not going to be intense if you're taking 25 seconds to take a throw-in. And I just thought that yesterday it was just lethargic. It didn't look like a team that were playing for a title. And I said it the other day. I think we was doing a show. I can't remember. It was when we was abroad, Lee. Remember when we was doing that live show? And I said, do these guys not realize what they can become if they win this title? Every single one of you will be a legend at Arsenal Football Club. Even guys that are fringe players. You will be a legend. It's 22 years since we've won it. Don't you want that? I was chatting to an ex-player this morning of another club, and he said to me, he thinks that the players want it too much. That's why they're playing like that. I'm like, well, I don't know, man. Like, and what, like when we say pressure. How is it pressure if you're 9 points clear and the other team's playing tomorrow? How is that? I don't get it. Like, if the other team has played already and they've won, and you're starting to think, shit, they're closing in on us. But the pressure weren't on us yet, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what you guys think about it. But if we're playing first and we're 9 points clear, shouldn't we be playing with a bit of freedom to say, yo, you know what? Well, I'm going to stick 12 points on you, man. And if you then get caught out and that, fair enough. But I just felt that the way in which we played that, so slow, so passive, no aggression, no intensity. Just honestly, there is absolutely no defense of the players. To answer the question of that guy who's asked you in your comments, Curtis, there is absolutely no defense of the manager. That performance yesterday was an absolute disgrace for a team. I sat there and I could not believe. I think the word you use, Curtis, is the right word, numb. I'm still numb now. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, do they not want it like how we want it? And it will be the biggest bottle job of all time if we don't win this. Like you said, I don't know if I don't know if the team will recover. I'm not even sure if the fans would recover from this. I don't think we would. I went out last night. Big up to Jason. He's getting married, so he's doing a stag. I dragged myself out. I didn't want to go out. Literally every person I walked past, if they were an Arsenal fan, they were like, Robbie, what's going on? Blah, blah. I go, yeah, my name's not Mikel Arteta. My name's Robbie Lyle. Right, that's number one. And secondly, every other fan who didn't support Arsenal was telling me about second again. I'm fed up of it, man. These men need to go and win this league for themselves and for the fans. They can't argue about fans booing. They can't argue about, not after that performance yesterday. And they cannot, I don't want to hear this thing about, because I heard that this morning off of this ex-player. Oh, the fans are making the players nervous. Oh, do me a favor. Do me a favor, man. What, after 3 years going for this? Well, you can't handle them nerves. No, there's no excuses for that performance yesterday, man. That was shocking. Absolutely. So to answer your people in your chat, Curtis, diabolical, man. From the manager to every single player on that pitch. Every one of them. Every last one. That was a shameful performance. I thought it was a cowardly performance.
Yep. I wanted to say I agree. And it's funny you see people speaking about what the fans can and can't do. But don't worry. Ticket prices increased again for next season. Remember, we got our new category A+ and B+ fixtures. So if you're going to be charging fans extra money and charging them like a title-winning team, you can't expect them not to expect it. Okay, if you want to bottle the league and if you want to do all this and you want to not, and you're feel under pressure by these fans, charge them less money then. Why are you so bothered about the extra pennies? I mean, Like I was fuming. I know you guys said you were numb. I was fuming. Like I had to go for a walk yesterday, just sort of clear the head. It was crazy. Just because I feel like we saw issues that we all knew was happening. I had to sit here on the podcast, and I made it quite clear already to you guys that I'd sit on the podcast the other day, and I sat here and I told everyone, Noni Madueke is going to get the ball and he's going to run it off the pitch. What happens 20 minutes in? Noni Madueke gets the ball and runs it off the pitch. I then speak about the lack of technical quality in our midfield. I've seen Zubimendi not make a forward pass for 70, 80 minutes he was on the pitch. But I can see Alex Scott do it. I see Alex Scott playing 1-2s and deep runs from midfield. I can see Ryan Christie doing it. Are they European champion midfielders? Because Zubimendi is. Zubimendi is a European champion. So if he can't do it, what is it? Is it him? Is it the manager? And I've been quite vocal on here that I've backed the manager a lot, especially this season. Some of you will remember my world-class comments from before, but I'm not deluded. I'm humble enough to say, yeah, I was wrong. And unfortunately, I didn't want to be in a position where I had to sit here and slate the manager all season. But he's shown me. He's not shown me that I was right. Just like I've been shown that I was right about technical quality and Madueke. He's shown me that I was wrong, because no manager can put out a team to play like that yesterday. Like Curtis said, with the time on throw-ins, that's an instruction. I'm sure Ben White doesn't go on the pitch to play football and go, oh, I really want to stand with the ball like this for 30 seconds. I really love doing this. You can't tell me that that's down to the players. David Raya, why is he sat there doing ball rolls? Why is David Raya doing ball? I don't get it. They're not pressing you. So why are you trying to bait the press? They've told you they're not going to press you. So find something else. Find a solution. That's why you need your technical quality midfielder to drop in and break a line and turn a player. Thomas Partey used to be good at it. Obviously, Zubimendi hasn't got that in his locker. But then this is not just last season. Look, throw back to Granit Xhaka. I see Zubimendi yesterday getting consoled by Gabriel and Declan Rice in the middle of a game. They're putting his arm over his shoulder during the middle of a game because he was losing the ball and he couldn't get into the space, and they're moaning at him. So you're telling me he was nervous? He was nervous playing in a game at Bournemouth at home. Or a 50, 60 million pound midfielder who's played in a European final was nervous at Bournemouth at home. He couldn't handle the mighty Ryan Christie and Alex Scott. You're nervous. Granit Xhaka said after we lost to Newcastle in that season, we bottled the top four. If you haven't got the balls, you don't deserve to be here. And Zubimendi doesn't have the balls. He showed us that yesterday. He doesn't have them. What's he going to do what's he going to do at the Etihad? What's he going to do then when he has actual quality, world-class midfielders, when he's got Rodri in front of him, when he's got Shirky, Foden running at him? What then? Semenyo, etc. He couldn't handle Alex Scott. Alex Scott made him look like a kid. And this is a guy, this is a good Bournemouth team, but this Bournemouth team were 13th, I think, going into that game. They weren't pushing for top 5 or top 6. It wasn't like a Brentford who were having a fluke season with Igor Thiago netting loads of goals. They're pretty much where they should be, where they should probably aim for, that top of the mid-table sort of fighting for pack. Maybe they could get Europe with a couple good results. And we just got made to look like kids. And yet again, the players are going to go home. Bukayo Saka's still on 350 grand a week. Noni Madueke still signed a bumper new deal on a 50 million pound deal. They're fine. They're fine. But the fans, we got Sky Sports today posting, laughing, bottling it again. ESPN bottling it again. All the pages bottling it again. We got all the fans. We got fans of clubs that are getting relegated laughing at us. We got fans of the club that just lost 3-0 today laughing at us more than worrying about their own team, not making Europe and losing their best players. They don't care. Everyone's watching us. And the players are giving in. And if you can't deal with the pressure, just say it. Because there are players that can do it. I think Declan Rice, quality-wise, didn't have his best game yesterday. But he showed for the ball. He tried. He might not have been at the best of his powers, but he tried. There are players that tried. Lewis Skelly, I thought, for a guy that hasn't played a lot of football lately, he tried. I saw him beat a man a few times. He tried. So there's players, I'd rather play Christian Norgard, who's going to try, than Zubimendi, no matter what ability he has. Because Zubimendi hasn't got the bottle. He hasn't got the motivation. Madueke, who do we play? Because I can tell you right now, we're going to play Sporting, and if Madueke plays, he's going to run the ball off the pitch. It doesn't matter what you tell me now. I'm telling you as a factual opinion, Madueke is going to run the ball off the pitch. So what's the point? He's got 2 goals this season in the league, and he costs us £50 million. But don't worry, Max Downman's too young. Max Downman's better as a sub. Max Downman will hurt the teams. He's not ready to start yet. Well, you look at Liverpool, they've had a similar situation to us. They've been playing Cody Gakpo, and they've been moaning about Gakpo because they've got Rio there. And they're saying, Rio, play Rio. And they're getting similar critics. No, he's too young. He's not ready yet. we're not having the best season. We don't want to throw him in. Well, that Rio kid has played half the games of Madueke now. He didn't cost £50 million. They got the same amount of league goals now. So he's shown that he can get goals as a 16, 17-year-old. So why is Max Dowman not starting? Oh, but when Max Dowman came on, he wasn't great. Fair enough, he wasn't. I don't think he was great when he came on. But we could have seen him from minute 0 at least. What if he had 60 minutes instead of 35? He might have done something. He's a player that does have a bit of magic that maybe only needs an extra 5 minutes. We won't know, but you know what we do know? Like I said, Madueke is going to run the ball off the pitch. We don't know what Max Dowman's going to do for 60 minutes because we haven't seen it yet. And every time we have seen it in cup games, he's been our best player. But don't worry, Madueke costs 50 million. We need to play him. He's got 2 goals this season, and one of them was it a goal? It was a corner that the keeper threw in his net, and then he complained and claimed the goal back. But yeah, man, I ranted a bit there, but I just had enough. I didn't even watch the game. Like you guys know, I didn't watch the City game today. I have no clue what happened. I saw the score. I saw the meme of the guy drinking the bottle, and that's it. Like I'm done. Like I'm clocked out. We're gonna lose 3-4-0 next week, and then it will settle in because it's mathematically over and stuff. But it's over. If you generally think that we have a good chance of still winning this, then fair enough. You're a better man than me.
Listen, I've slept on it yesterday. Woke up about 6:30, and I think today is a day where Mikel has got to look at a lot of things. Like, you know, everything that's gone on today, he's got to put up on that dressing room and show them what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like the motivation to win this league is all what you need today, right? Chelsea fans saying on national radio that they want to lose games today, like, you know what I mean? So like that's motivation, right? I'm not going to insult the guy with the bottle, like, you know what I mean? What I actually called him when I see it, like, you know what I mean? I won't say that. I'll refine that. But there needs to be pictures of him up on the dressing room. Like, we win the league at the end of the season, someone's got to go and buy t-shirts, make t-shirts of that every single time, like, you know what I mean? Like, and make them, like, they're all motivation things, right? But I've had a little think about that. I woke up today, 6:30, had to go football this morning, walking around. I goes into the dressing room today, and they're all waiting here with the camera, right, to present me with a bottle. Spurs fans. Right, you know what I mean, right? That's what we as fans are enduring at the moment, right? Now, I've slept on this, and Mikel Arteta, I don't want him being my... if he's managing next year, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to go through what I'm going through at the moment. I don't want to sit there watching him running up and down the line, telling players to defend all the time and all that, like, you know, do this, do that, do this, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he tells them how to go to the toilet. I've had it. I don't want to see that, right? I don't want him controlling me neither no more, right? If I want to have a beer and watch it on telly, I should be entitled to do. He stopped all that. That ain't improved nothing, right? So I don't want him controlling me, like, you know what I mean? When I pay my money and I want to have a beer, and if I want to sit and watch it on the telly, that's my choice, right? But him controlling me and telling me, switching all the tellies off and all that, good idea for one game, you know what I mean? Like, but after you produce that performance at Bournemouth, get those tellies back on, because it don't work, right? I don't want him controlling me. He can control the players and do whatever he likes, you know what I mean? But he ain't controlling me no more. I don't want it. Now, I'm saying I'm got no enthusiasm for going on Wednesday, right? I could sell my ticket on Ticket Exchange for over £200. I think, I can make some money on that, like, you know what I mean? Never, ever would I thought about doing that for years. And and it's got nothing about losing. It's got nothing to do with about that. It's about what I'm watching, right? As you said earlier on, Curtis, I do not come to that ground paying thousands of pounds to watch a circus of a goalkeeper doing tricks and things like that on a pitch. I don't want to see that. That's not what I pay my money for. I want to pay for goals. I want to see some intricate play and everything like that. I don't want to see us taking all the risks under the sun at the back and taking none up front, right? When and I've seen it before, and there'll be clips of it. Raya does something and messes up. Like that. When Martinelli does it, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. Why ain't he going like that? Unlucky. Do it again, son. Try and take him on and beat the fullback. Get back, don't lose it. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like, it's doing my head in, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I've had enough of it. I want to go in a game of football. I want to watch a game of football. I want to see good play midfield players getting the ball. I see Zubimendi, as we're talking about him, like, right? He never played a pass forward for the first half. One pass he done forward. The rest of it was back, right? Playing back to his goalkeeper. So for me now, right, this is what I'm want to do now, right? This is what I want to do, right? I want to see a change. Now, if you can't change, because like everybody keeps telling me that Bournemouth done exactly the same as what Man City done, like, you know, every team's going to do it now. Then, if that's the case, you have to change. I want to see change. I want to see things improve. Now, I'm going to be really honest about it, like, you know, Madueke. I've said about him, like, my mate described him as a shopping trolley in Tesco's. You don't know what he's doing. You get it and it goes all over, or they're bashing it. If you don't know what it's going to do, then 1 minute it goes straight, doesn't it? Yeah, and it's so true. You know what I mean? Like, you know, all of a sudden, and you just think, oh, I've got this under control, and it's rears to the right. Madueke, Tesco's trolley, don't know what he's going to do, right? At the end of the day, right, Zubimendi shouldn't be playing on Wednesday, nor should Zubimendi. Them two should not play, right? But they will. They will. The best player on the park for me, like, and I'm not going too mad on it, like, for me, was Miles Lewis-Skelly. He won't play Saturday. He won't play Wednesday. He won't get 1 minute on Wednesday. He won't get 1 minute on Sunday neither. Right? So there's no reward for good players playing, like, you know what I mean? Max Downman's been our best player in the last couple of games. And he come on. And then this is what I get, what really gets on my gut. Yeah, but he never done nothing when he come on. True. But nobody else. But at the end of the day, start him. He could play him well. Why are we waiting to 20, 30 minutes from the end to bring him on, like, you know what I mean? He's good enough, play him. Especially when I'm seeing players that are not performing. You know what I mean? And as for Gyökeres, right, I'm sorry, like, you know, we had a real good conversation. If you're playing Gyökeres, right, if you're playing the way you're playing, do not play him. Play Havertz. Because it's just not work. You know, I feel so sorry for him. He's so isolated, and he hasn't got the ability to come back and play in midfield like a Havertz has. You know, he's over the top, getting the ball. Now, he got the ball once over the top. He turned, and there's 40 yards to the next man. 40 yards. How can he do anything? So for me now, like, you know, look, Arteta's got to win. Obviously, got to win this league. If he doesn't win this league, I don't want him here next year. I'm being brutally honest about it. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I feel like, you know. And we had an argument today in the thing, like, if he wins the Champions League, I don't want to say that it's not enough, but that's a cup competition. The league's the bread, but the league's the one. I walked out of Southampton, people having a go at me because I had the ump that we lost an FA Cup tie against Southampton, right? Because, don't worry about it, Lee. We're going to win the league. It don't matter, right? I've had to, you know what I mean? What are you doing your nut about? It's only the FA Cup. Winning breeds momentum, breeds success. I don't see Pep, like when they go out there at the Champions League, that's all right. We've got to concentrate on the league now. I don't hear that. It's go and win what we go and win. You know, this team, right, at the end of the day, George Graham got sacked on the back of losing to Sheffield United, right, with winning titles. I know that he got done for the bung and everything like that, but ultimately, if he was winning titles and things like that, they'd have kept him. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, it weren't going well. The football weren't great. Then he lost to Sheffield United. Oh, no, it's tight. Let's get him. Because if you think about it, anybody knows about that, they tried to cover it up a little bit before that, and in the end they couldn't, right? And then when he was not producing, they got rid. You know what I mean? But managers should get sacked for losing against championship winning teams, boys. Really? Yes, we shouldn't lose the chance. I know that they do. It happens. It's the FA Cup and whatever. But like, it's just brushed aside. It doesn't matter. We're Super Mikel. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't hear that song once on Saturday, by the way. All right, I'll be there Wednesday. I'm gonna start it up. It'll be me on my own. It'll be me on my own. No one will be singing it.
Do you know what I was thinking, boys? You know, like the last 3 Premier League title-winning managers, right? Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Antonio Conte. 3 world-class managers. No gimmicks. This manager, you know, if he just quietly did his job, you might go, oh, you know, he's young, he's learning. But it's all the gimmicks. It's all the circus. Oh, guys, bring your lunch and your dinner, guys. You give us food poisoning watching that, mate. What the hell is that? You know what I mean? In training, they're playing TikTok videos. It's all PR, innit? Bring your shin pads and your boots, it was last year. Now it's bring your packed lunch. Do you know, I'll get there early, create the atmosphere. Do you know the thing what I just can't stand with this guy? It's like being a dad, innit? If your kid comes home and he's had a fight, you go, did you hit him? Yeah, I landed one on him. You know, okay, even if you lost, make sure you landed one on him. This manager is afraid of confrontation. It's like when it's presented to him, he hides from it. This is a guy that came through at Barcelona, Johan Cruyff football, who played at PSG with players like Ronaldinho, played for Arsenal under Wenger's philosophy, great football, and coached with Pep. You could not have a better grounding in your career to see good football. And it looks like the biggest influence on this guy was David Moyes at Everton. Because all I see in this guy is a manager that is afraid to go for it. If he went out swinging and threw the kitchen sink and we lost the league, we'd all be gutted, but we go, at least you didn't leave anything on the table, mate. All I see with this guy is we've got to control the game. We've got to dominate the ball. Before we used to say we struggle against a low block. Now, like you said, Lee, City have shown the blueprint. If you play Arsenal, go after them. Let their keeper have the ball. He'll make silly mistakes. Zubimendi don't want to play forward. I mean, Declan Rice yesterday didn't have his best game, but do you know what? I don't think I've ever once sat on this podcast and criticised him because he leaves everything on the pitch every week. Yeah. I'll never question his commitment to the cause. And that's all you want to see. And like you said, Lee, let's be honest, it's favouritism at this point. Lewis Skelly, second start of the season, and then, like you said, he'll get dropped if Nkapie or Calafiori are fit. But Gyökeres can, you know, Gyökeres said in the post-game the pitch was too dry. I said, mate, what are you doing?
So
what are you talking about? The pitch was too dry. What are we doing here? I thought Ty had taken over him and, you know what I mean, done the interview for him. They've got to stop with the gimmicks now. Like, listen, we're all fuming. They've actually still got one last opportunity, really. They've got to go to the Etihad and do something. Now, it's very unlikely at this point. Do you know what I mean? I don't see it happening. I really don't. City look like a runaway train right now, but that's their last opportunity. Now, how have we put ourselves in this position over the last few weeks? It's unbelievable. And you said earlier about the motivation, you know, put that guy with the bottle as motivation, but was Cherky doing kick-ups not motivation?
Yeah, same thing.
Was Southampton's Twitter account trolling us not motivation? There goes your quadruple. Do you know what I mean? Everybody singing. I don't know how much motivation they need to win the league title. I don't know what more you can embarrass them with to make them go, come on, lads, we got to bounce back. So this week's going to be pivotal, and City are off. We're going to have to play Champions League. His team selection, does he go full strength both games? He probably has to because they're the only 2 trophies left. But yeah, it's more hope. 2 weeks ago, it was expectation. I thought, surely we can't throw the league away. Now, it's just give me hope. Remember that song, Rob? Give me hope, Joanna, give me. That's all it is right now.
But that's all it is, man. Turn around and say, going out, guns blazing like. Well, I've been to the Emirates, right? And we've lost, we've lost games like that before. Every team loses games like that. You know what I mean? Like under Arsene Wenger, we lost teams like that. But their goalkeeper's faced 20 shots. He's been man of the match. You know what I mean? Like come off like they've had to carry some goalkeepers off, like help them off, like when they've been out. That goalkeeper yesterday didn't get a sweat on. Didn't get a sweat on. You know what I mean? We're paying, like fans are paying big money for that. Jack makes a great point. You know, like they've already wanted renewals for next year. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, like I went in a little story like this yesterday. They've got this app, the new app now, like that I can't download my tickets onto it. Like I've emailed them, right? Trying to do it. Like I go and see the lady. I go in and see her every game now and say, I still ain't done it. And she said, I bet you got your email for your renewals, haven't you? I said, I have, yeah. Funny that, isn't it? One reply to my emails about me struggling to get a ticket into my wallet every week. But they're straight on there, like, you know what I mean, with another email, like saying, oh, don't forget next month, Mr. Judges, you've got to start paying your money. The club's, like, you know what I mean, an absolute scandal at the minute. It really is, like, you know what I mean? It really is.
I think, listen, I think we could talk all negatively the whole show because there is nothing positive to talk about yesterday's performance. There is absolutely nothing. That performance was a disgrace. As I said, it was an absolute disgrace. Now, Curtis, you said it. These men have a chance to listen. We'll do a show next week, Monday, and we'll be discussing one or two things. We bottled it. We're bottling this league, or we'll be like, actually, you know what? Fair play to them, man. They went there and turned that around. They went there because at the end of the day, I heard Gary Neville say it when he was doing the commentary today. Arsenal could win the league literally if they went to the Etihad next week and won. The situation at the moment is, as we know, with 6 points clear, they got a game in hand. If we was to go there and win that game, that'd be 9 points clear, right? And that would eliminate them. You know, we're taking away one of the games where they could have gained on us. It's effectively like a 6-pointer, isn't it? You know, when you talk about 6 points, it's effectively like a 6-pointer. They've got enough motivation, like you said, Curtis. Cherky doing kick-ups, guys drinking out of bottles, and they now have to go and show us, and show the world that they're not bottling it. Go and show the world. The world will be watching next week. Forget about fans. I know fans always we always get cussed off. Oh, you look negative. Oh, you didn't bring your lunch. Whatever it is, yeah. It's always the fans are making it negative. Listen, the fans have got a reason why they've got PTSD. I fully understand it. Even though you hear me sometimes on there saying, come on, listen, you know what I mean? But I understand. I always say I understand. And for me, it's about getting over the line this year. It could be like, get over the line this year and then change up, better style, whatever. I don't care what style is right now. All I want to know is Arsenal win that league. Yeah? Got to go to the Etihad next week. Made it difficult for ourselves. Unnecessarily difficult. We have to go to the Etihad next week and get some sort of result. Minimum. There has to be a response at the Etihad. There has to be. Right? I remember that year when Leicester won the league. They went to the Etihad. They won. Got to go there and do something. We've got to go there. There's got to be a response. Because I know, like, if me personally, like, if somebody's like, I see someone with a bottle and whatever, listen, I'm going to be so motivated to stick it on them, man. So we need to see that response from this team. We need to see that response from Arteta. And I think you guys make a good point. I think what we've seen is Bournemouth did exactly the same as what City did to us in that cup final. They didn't press us. They let Raya have the ball. They said, yeah, these guys are going to mess around at the back. They're going to be slow. They're going to and they just pounced on those errors. So Arteta has to come up, I feel, with a different style next week. He has to. Southampton kind of did the same thing as well. So he has to have something else next week. I don't think he can just go up there and do what he's been doing over the last few games or get beat. He has to come up with something different for that game. And then those players on the pitch, they have to put in a performance next week that makes every Arsenal fan proud, that makes every Arsenal fan believe from now till the end of the season, because they've got us into this situation. Should be comfortable, really. They've put us in this mess. Yesterday, the two performances I look at is yesterday and Wolves. That has put us in a situation where Manchester City have got a sniff at this. They have to go and win it from here. They have to go. If we don't win it from here, we're going to find it very hard to recover, guys. As fans, as a team, I don't think Arteta would last if we... How could he? It'd be the similar sort of situation like with Gareth Southgate, where it's like, yo, guys, you've done, you improved us, you took us from there to here, but you're not, as God said to Moses, you ain't you took us to the promised land, but you ain't coming in. You know what I mean? Right? It has to get us over the line. And we have to see a performance next week. We have to see either a win or a point at the minimum at Manchester City. That is the pressure that those players are on. They want to talk about pressure. That's pressure. How are you going to handle it? The whole world is going to see whether Arsenal has bottle or not next week. We won't have to talk about it. Nobody will have to cuss anybody for saying it. We're going to see it.
Yeah. I want to see you. You know what I'm thinking of is that I hope Andrea Berta's doing his job right now, because you just brought him in. He had a maybe
Jack.
I'm thinking
sorry,
about
I want to
Berta
cut into you a second. Forget Anthony Berta for a minute, Andrea Berta for a minute. Because Andrea Berta can't do nothing about next week.
No, I know he can't.
Andrea Berta,
listen to what I'm saying.
It's all their money. That's for the end of the season.
I'm
on about next.
Yes.
Let's not look too far ahead. I'm on about next week,
talking about next week.
Sunday.
I want to know that Andrea Berta is doing his job, because you just said it there, Robbie. If we don't win this league, even you said Arteta's got to go. Maybe not even down to him being the worst manager ever, but it's the fact that the fans can't get behind him anymore. It's happened with too much PTSD. It doesn't matter if he finds the exact answer next season. It's not good enough. The fans won't be behind it. The players are going to be demotivated. But what I'm saying is Liverpool are looking for a new manager. Man United are looking for a new manager. And we're going to be looking for a new manager potentially. Chelsea are going to be looking for a new manager. So there's going to be 4 of the top 8 clubs in Europe all looking for new managers. And what are we going to do? I see names like Fabregas being mentioned. Are we ready for another 4 or 5 year project?
Deal with that at the end of the season. What I'm talking about.
Why wait now? Why wait till the end?
I'm sure whatever they're looking out for that. But I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm on about next week. I don't care about the end of the season right now. I'm just focused on a game.
What happens?
Yeah,
if we lose next week?
What happens?
My thing is, a decision needs to be made on the manager at the end of the season. If he wins the league, you can't get rid of him.
It's going to be too late. It's going to be exactly like when we waited for Klopp to go to Liverpool.
So you're saying if he loses the next week, Jack, you get rid of him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'd get rid of him, but Berta needs to start.
No, hold on. Are you saying if he loses next week at Manchester City, you get rid of him?
Worst scenario, we lose on Wednesday. We lose on Wednesday and go out Sunday. What are we doing as a club?
He goes, straight away after the full-time whistle.
Straight away.
I wouldn't.
You don't even finish the season.
I'd wait until the end of the season. That's ridiculous.
Why?
That's ridiculous.
Why?
You lose both.
If he gets knocked out Champions League and loses to City, you keep him still.
If he loses to City, we haven't lost the league yet, have we? Come on, come on. I don't know. I know you haven't really seen us win leagues, right? League can tell you. We've had leagues where it's been won on. It's not only just Arsenal. Many a team have won the league on the last day of the season, right? And stuff like that. You've got to wait until. How could you? We ain't Tottenham. Come on. How's that worked out for them? They brought in De Zerbi. What did that help them today? He's got to manage till the end of the season. If he wins nothing, I'm with you. You got to change the manager. Right, but you can't sack him after losing to Man City because wouldn't have lost the league yet. Come on, man. What is this?
If we
But-
give up the Champions League and City, that's me.
You'd fire him, Lee? You're saying you fire him if he doesn't beat Man City?
Out of 6, wouldn't it? And the one you've won is still
if he doesn't beat Man City, Lee, you're saying you'll fire him if he doesn't beat Man City
and Champions League If
he goes out in Champions League and if he goes out in the Champions League and loses to Man City, you'll fire him.
Oh yeah, he'd be fired for me.
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't. Well, I don't know. I would wait until the end of the season and find it. I mean, I have to wait and see if we win.
For, Rob?
Yeah,
because
what
we
are
can
we
still
waiting
win
for?
listen, if we lose to Man City next week, it doesn't mean we've lost the league.
No, but the run of 6.
Does that mean we've lost the league? Come on.
If City beat us next week,
if you keep losing games, what's going to change?
If City beat us next week, it's advantage City, but they haven't won the league.
Yeah, but if they win every game, they've won the league, haven't they?
They've won the league, yeah. It's in
but it doesn't mean they've won the league.
To me,
you know what, right? You know what? A couple of was it probably about 3 games ago? We were saying the same thing, and then they went and drew to West Ham. So come on, I don't know. Maybe I'm different to you guys. I'm not a panicker. I'm not a guy who panics and just says that. I mean, I would wait until the end of the season. If he doesn't win the league at the end of the season and doesn't win the Champions League, of course you have to change the manager. But if he loses to Man City next week, how can you sack the manager? What kind of madness is that?
Because he's gone out 4 trophies, he's lost 3 trophies in a month, Rob.
Yeah.
And what if he won the league at the end of the season? You said here last week, you want to win the league. Is the main thing you want is the league, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So go and win it.
What if he wins the league? So suppose you go and lose to Man City. We go and lose to Man City next week and he wins the league. Then what?
I'm going to listen. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. From after today, I've had a terrible night last night, terrible day today, right? But I'm going to wake up tomorrow, right, on Monday, and I'm going to forget what's gone on this weekend. I'm going to get behind Arteta. I'm going to get behind him at on Wednesday night, and I'll go up to Man City and I'll be positive as well, like, and back him as best I can. If he loses those 2 games, I don't know what I can do. I'll tell you another thing that I'm fed up with, Rob, right? I'm fed up with putting on my phone, putting on the telly, right, and everybody blaming it's the fans that are putting the pressure on and everything like that, and not him. I've had enough of that. I have gone and supported this club around that, cheered them on and whatever. Like, I sat there at Southampton, one of the last out, clapping the team off and all that. Like, you know what I mean? As I see other people doing as well. Right? I go to Lisbon last week, like, you know, pouring the rain. I look round and the whole stand is full up. I don't think it's right that us fans are getting criticised, right?
Absolutely.
And I don't think that's right that the manager's allowing that to happen and the players are allowing that to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, get out there and say, oh, these fans have been great. And I know he does say that at times, but straight away I've seen Talk Sports saying, oh, the fans are putting pressure on and all that. Like, you know,
fans ain't putting that. Fans ain't. I disagree with that. And you know what, right? I don't know, right? Maybe I can't think of anybody who gets more stick as a fan when Arsenal lose than me. It's almost like I was on the pitch, bro. I told you, I went out last night, literally as soon as I started walking on the road, people laughing at me. Bro, I didn't play. But I'm saying...
You know what I think that is, though, Rob? You've made a lot of excuses for this manager. I'll be honest.
I'm not making excuses. I'm saying logic says you have to wait until the end of the season. If he doesn't... You'd sack him after Man City's game.
Let me just say this. Managers get sacked when things are going wrong, not when it's gone wrong. They don't say, oh, let's see if you get relegated before you sack him. You go, that looks like you're going to get relegated, so you sack him before it happens. If we lose at Man City, I would sack him on Monday because it looks like you're going to throw the league in the bin, like you've thrown the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup in the bin. So there's no belief left in me if we lose to City that he can miraculously then turn it round after this terrible run that we've been in. I'd be on the phone. Zinedine Zidane, you're taking the French job in the summer. 6 games get us over the line. This manager, if he loses at City, he's done. I'm telling you, Rob.
Sometimes, Kurt, it's a good point that my mate made today also, like, and I think that this is something that sometimes you need a different voice, a different change of
Yes.
things. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've heard, and on the ground, I noticed that the training is too intense. Alex Ferguson used to come in some days and go, right, you know, right in the heat of the battle and all that. Right, lads, don't worry about your training kit today. We're going horse racing or we're going it like, you know what I mean? It's too intense all the time. He's putting pressure on the players. Should be taking it off. They should be going in on Monday, right? You know what I mean? Like, not training and all that. Like, they've gone on a all-weather week winter warm thing and all that, and there's got players having hamstring injuries and having to have surgery and all that. Like, Rob, you know what I mean? Like, maybe like it's going in there now and the players ain't registering, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But at the end of the day, a different voice may be the answer to just someone to just come in and go, do you know what, lads? We're doing fantastically well. Like, put your feet up until Saturday and we go again. Instead of going, I'll tell you what, we run. Get back. Well done, David, and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe like
manager with 5 games to go to see, you're going to sack the manager.
Curtis is right. It happens when you're relegating teams, isn't it? Why haven't Spurs kept their manager then?
Yeah, how's that worked? How did that work today?
It's only one game. You don't know.
How did that work today? Right?
They're a poor team, man.
They've actually had. Forget about today, because they've had 2 managers in recent things. How's that work?
And that's my exact point.
And then you look at some of the other teams, yeah? West Ham have not. Hold on. West Ham haven't sacked Nuno, yeah?
Look at Man United.
West Ham haven't sacked Nuno. Yeah? West Ham haven't sacked Nuno. Leeds haven't sacked their guy, right? How has that worked?
You can't compare us to them teams, though, man. They're
struggling. Man United. What about Man United?
We're at the top of the table. Right, to sack the manager with like 4 or 5 games to go after City, after 5. Come on, man! You lot are talking mad right now.
How are you going to feel, Rob? Right, let's get this right. I'll ask you the question, right? How are you going to feel if we go out Wednesday night and we go out Sunday? How are you going to feel? Listen. Let me finish. Let me land. How are you going to feel in that car on the way home on that night? All right. How are the players going to feel the same? They're going to feel even worse.
Well,
I'll tell you what. I'll say it ain't going to motivate me on the last 5 games.
What I'll do, Lee, is I'll feel gutted after that, but I won't panic. I mean, you should feel fine because you said last week you don't care about that game. You don't care about the Champions League. This is where you guys, you overreact. You said last week you don't care about the Champions League. You said you don't want to see any of those players who played against Southampton played. Now, I heard you say earlier that Mars Lewis-Skelly, why didn't he get a start? Because look how well he played. I mean, come on. Calm down a bit. We're all mad. I'm mad. You're mad. We're all mad. But to say after that game, I would wait until the end of the season. If we win nothing, I'm with you. We have to change the manager. You can't just keep coming second every year in, year out. You have to change it. It needs a new voice. As I said, it'd be like when Gareth Southgate, I remember where England were. England were absolutely shocking before Gareth Southgate took over. He changed the culture, everything.
If we lose to Newcastle,
finals,
the next game,
he got us. Right? Hold on, Lee. He got us to semi-finals. He got us to finals, but he didn't win it. And the change was the right thing to do. And it'd be the same thing with Mikel Arteta. If he doesn't get us over the line this season, in either the Champions League or the league, you have to change it. But to say that after Manchester City, when there's still 4 or 5 games to go, they could drop points, we could go on a run, whatever happened, and to say you would sack him after that, for me, is ludicrous. That's my opinion. I'm not belittling your opinion, but that's my opinion. That's crazy.
Fine. But look what happened last time we waited. I just want to say this one thing. I'll let you say whatever. I just want to say, look, the last time we waited when we were unsure about a manager was Arsene Wenger when he won the first FA Cup. Jurgen Klopp was there visiting the Emirates, having a tour of the Emirates, and we're all going, "Oh, Klopp." We said,
"No, actually, 6 games to go.
We'll wait, and keep Wenger." Okay,
that was 6 games to go.
No, but let me finish. And then this season, we are now going into a summer window where United, Chelsea, Liverpool are all going to be looking for new managers. Real Madrid are going to be looking for a new manager. If we wait till the summer, we are fighting with 4 clubs for probably the only manager that might be on the market is Luis Enrique due to his contract issues at PSG. If we go now, maybe we could convince Enrique. Maybe we could convince him to come in the summer and have a caretaker until the end of the season. We wait. We don't get no
your
one.
Point you're making holds no weight because Arsene Wenger. That was after the FA Cup. It was the last game of the season. There are 5 games to go after we play City at the Etihad. You're saying to sack him after that and go and get a new manager.
What if we wait till the end? How are we going to compete with Real Madrid, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool for a new manager?
Well, why not?
Jack, I'm not
So
worried about
you think Enrique? You think Luis Enrique is available? He chooses us.
Forget about the manager. We've still got an opportunity to win the league.
Yeah, obviously a caretaker would need to come in. I'm not saying a top manager would come next week. That's not going to happen. No one would. But I'm saying at the end of the season, do you think, for example, Luis Enrique might not be available, but there's rumors are he will be. Do you think he picks Arsenal?
Sack Arteta after Man City, and then go and get Luis Enrique for the last 4 games.
No, you go and talk to him to get him in for the summer. He's not coming for 4 games. I know that.
Rob, let's say this, yeah. So we're talking about if we get knocked out of the Champions League and then we lost to City, right? Yeah. We would be in a crisis if that happened. That's a crisis. That's what 1 win out of 5. And you've been knocked out of 3 competitions and you're relying on the Prem. Now, I get what you're saying. You're saying, but the Prem's still there. But the evidence we've seen of Arteta over this last, 6.5 years, when things start to go wrong at the back end of the season, they've gone wrong. The only
who would you get, Curtis?
I would go to Zinedine Zidane and put a big pay packet and say, give me 5 or 6 games before you take the French job. I don't know if he'll take it.
It's the last time he managed the team. He hasn't managed for about 3
years.
Real
Madrid won 3 Champions League.
No, he hasn't managed for about 3 years. Team. Is it 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah, but you don't forget, do you? I can still ride a bike. I ain't rode my bike for years either.
You ride it as good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I might be a bit unstable. Do you know what it is? At this stage, I don't even think you need a world-beating manager to come in. You just need somebody to listen, lads. Stop with this scared football. Gyökeres, service to him. Saka, higher up the pitch. David Raya, stop playing around with the ball. Play on the front foot. How can Bournemouth come to Arsenal and bop us off the pitch? How can Southampton outplay us? I know we had a changed team. Go out swinging, man. It's the 4th year. We can't just go out on the back foot defending our way to
Curtis. The other thing that's worrying about this, right? Yeah, just go back to this, yeah. Southampton, 1-0 down, 1-1. Right? We end up losing that game. 1-0 down against Bournemouth, 1-1. We end up losing it again. There's a pattern, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we should never have lost to Southampton when it went 1-1. We was in the ascendancy there. We had all our top players on by then. Like, you know what I mean? Your Zuba Mendes had come on. You know, your Declan Rice didn't. He was rested. But, like, that was a strong side and it still didn't get it over the line. I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? Like, my part, look, listen, maybe...
So you're all saying sack him. So if you don't beat City, sack him, all 3 of them.
And the Champions League, both. If he gets knocked out both, sack him on Monday, correct?
Maybe Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, like Robbie, if they go out in the Champions League, I don't see how you can... I don't see how you can keep him now.
Send him back to Everton, mate. I'm telling you. Listen, we could be sitting here next Monday and we're having a totally different conversation.
Of course, and that's what we all want.
That's what we all want. But at the moment, believe, you know, if he was a betting man, you know.
The odds. No, look, listen, I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it now. Even though I've said that, I believe that we will go to Man City next week and we won't lose. There you go. Right, I'm putting me head on the block. I believe in these players. I still think we're the better side, and I still think that we've got.
And if you're wrong, right, you're off the show, yeah.
I still believe in these players. Maybe I'm mad, maybe I'm not. But I tell you what, if he doesn't do it, you know, my head has gone. I'm sorry, I can't be dealing with it no more. I can't be dealing with it, Rob. I'm seeing at the moment, I can't.
I understand you guys are upset. I understand. I'm upset. I've been really upset because of the performance. I understand something has to change big time with the performance. That year I saw yesterday, that was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
I'll tell you what,
Now,
Declan Rice won't be here next year, neither, Rob. If we don't win nothing this year, I think he'd be like us. I think he's had a go.
Well, listen, all I know, right, is that he has to win the league now. He has to. Well, he has to win something. He has to win something. We're still in as bad. When we're saying it now, it seems because it's all doom and gloom. But we're still 6 points clear. He could still go there next week.
That's what we're saying. So he shouldn't throw it away. Then a good manager don't throw this away.
No, I agree with you, Lee. I agree with you on. But to me, I'm not sacking him.
Do you think
I'm saying go win it.
Do you think Sporting are a better team than Bournemouth, or Bournemouth are a better team than Sporting?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yes, you know, I mean, I was very impressed with Bournemouth. I know we've sort of gone on that; they were very impressive. But if we produce a performance like that on Wednesday, we will go out of the Champions League. We will go out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Got to play better than that. That was shocking. Shocking performance.
And
would you go full strength with obviously two games?
You can't.
Yeah, I am.
You can't, because at the end of the day, you're taking on a fresh Man City team. You can't have players going in there jaded. You know what I mean? You've got to play Declan Rice. But if we're 2-0 up, 3-0 on the day, get him off. We're going to have to manage this really well.
That game on Wednesday, as you guys have just alluded to, is very, very important. You know what I mean? You got to win games. You got to get momentum back, right? So for me, you go with your strongest team. I mean, I would say, man, we are missing like Yuri and Timber big time. We're missing Saka. I know Saka hasn't been, but the way I saw Madueke get pushed off the ball and bounced off the ball yesterday, that don't happen to Saka.
Well,
Saka's a guy sometimes, right? He'd be below par, but he still produces.
Yeah, that's the thing you got.
He still produces moments. He still produces like
he can produce a moment.
He'll still have a delivery from a corner that produces a goal. He'll still have an assist. He'll still score a goal, right? We're missing Saka big time. We're missing Yuri and Timber massively. The defense has not looked the same since Yuri and Timber's not been there. We've got to get Eze back in that midfield. That was Kai Havertz playing in that number 10 position, as you guys said quite rightly, does not work. And it should not try that experiment no more.
Okay, who plays right wing? Who plays right wing against Sporting? Saka's not fit, so who plays right wing? Who
right wing
right
against
wing?
Sporting? At this stage, I don't even know.
Jesus.
I didn't even know.
Madueke.
Sorry?
Madueke, he's done. He's done. Trolley's done. Trolley's done.
I was seeing if you're still with Madueke. A Shopman trolley.
No, but everyone's blaming him. He wasn't the worst player on the pitch.
No,
it was worse than him.
Zubimendi
was worse than him.
And Havertz,
Havertz, Martinelli, you've got to go there. But why is all the front four playing poorly?
And I've got to say, right, none of that front four, to be fair to them, had any service from the midfield either. No, well, the midfield was shocking.
There's your answer,
the midfield was non-existent. We all know that in football, right? If you're gonna play well and create chances, your midfield's got to play well, and our midfield was terrible.
So what's your midfield for Wednesday then, guys?
You got to have Eze's back in there, and then I'll probably Zubimendi and Declan Rice. I remember you guys saying you don't want to see Norgard again after that.
I'd play him over Zubi. You can't get away with that. I'm sorry. You got to have some.
Skelly or Nwaneri, they get dropped for a performance like that.
But I would have Zubimendi, I would have Rice, and I would have Eze in that midfield.
I'm having
Eze has to come
back.
That
either.
And if Eze is not fit enough to start at midfield, I'll put Max Dowman in the midfield.
You know what? I'm actually with Lee. What Lee said, Skelly in midfield. He looks more comfortable on the ball than nearly all of our midfielders. But he won't do it, obviously, because it's too risky.
I wouldn't either, because I just think that we haven't had a chance to see it this season. I think this game's too big. So
we
I
have seen
would.
Zubimendi.
Pardon?
It's not good enough. We have seen Zubimendi in a big game, and he's not provided. And it's
You
not just this.
can't-
It's not just this game, by the
I'm a
way.
big Zubimendi fan. I like him as a player.
I'm a big
cannot
Zubimendi
play
fan.
like
He's
that.
had a bad game. You
Great
can throw
start
him
to the
under the
season.
bus. He's had a couple of bad games. Well, one
Not
bad
when it
game.
matters.
Always
We brought him in
football,
to
you
win.
can't- There's got to be accountability in football, Rob. You can't
Has to
play
be.
bad and then
Yeah, of
like
course.
expect to play all the time.
Of course,
sorry,
but
like-
this is a massive game. And what I saw of Norgard when he played against Southampton, I will start Zubimendi. Because there's accountability, but also in football,
Saying different. Someone different.
also in football, you can't panic, can you? You can't panic. You got to, you can't have a player who's been very good all season, and he's had a couple of bad games, and you panic. You know what I mean? But the one area where I think that number 10 position is I'm
That's
praying
Eze,
he's
man.
fit for that game.
Yeah, but what did he do when he come on? Like, he did nothing.
Did a little bit more than what there was. At least there was some forward passes and a little bit of creativity.
I'm not pinning
Because
my hopes
before
on
that, there was
If you want to pin your hopes
absolutely
on that,
nothing.
you
Pardon?
want to pin your hopes on that performance, like Eze, like that cameo that he come on. You want to pin your hopes on that.
I bet if you saw the stats, for me, we looked a little bit more positive when he came on. Right, there was more forward passes.
He's 1-1 when he come on, Rob. I'm just saying, 1-1.
I know, but he had nothing to do with the goal that we conceded. We created some chances.
So
We even created
we can't be better then, can we? When he comes on at 1-1,
did we not create chances, Lee? Did we create chances?
We didn't create nothing. No, we didn't create nothing when he hardly anything when he come on.
No, we did. I remember even near the end of the game. I'm not saying he played this pass, right? But near the end of the game, Gyökeres had a big chance. I think he should have scored from. What do you mean we didn't create anything? We did.
At 1-1, what did we create?
We didn't create enough, but we did create chances, and it looked more fluid than when Havertz was in there. We did absolutely nothing with him there. He didn't win a tackle. He didn't win he didn't play a forward pass. He didn't do anything. He just drifted around. He had a header in the first half that I think he should really have scored from.
Yeah.
He had a very ineffective game.
I said before the game.
Kai Havertz, to me,
what was his reason for him to play? I'd love to.
Kai Havertz, striker or second striker. That's where he's got to play.
Ticky-tocky things and whatever, like, you know what I mean? I want to know what I like him to come out and go, forget about me dinner, forget about me packed lunch. Why have you played? What was the reason that you played Havertz in that role for that game? What was your reason?
Well, the obvious reason he played him there is because there's no Eze Eze's just coming back off of injury. There's no Odegaard. That's why he played him there, but it don't work. We don't work it with him there. He's just not creative enough in that position. He's not aggressive enough, I feel, in that position either.
He's
not aggressive enough in that position.
He had an absolute shocker.
Right, so playing where he's more effective, which is
where's he playing,
either as a striker or as a second striker.
Where's he playing then Wednesday?
Who, Havertz?
Yeah,
he don't play.
Bench.
He's on the bench.
Well,
Bench.
so why are you playing Zubimendi then? If why are you doing that then?
Because there's Zubimendi is a better option than Norgard, right? Whereas Havertz is not a better option right now than Gyökeres. Gyökeres has been scoring goals. That's why. So to me, the Mars Lewis thing.
Where's the trolley playing? Where's the trolley playing?
Where's who play? The trolley. Well, I'm praying that Saka's back because we need. If not, it's either him or you start with Max
Do you
Dowman.
think he's held back on Saka?
I think I would start Max Dowman for this game because Madueke's had 2 bites at it now and he was poor.
Do you think he's held back on Saka and?
I do, yeah, I do. I think he's sort of held back on them. The one that we're really missing as well is Timber. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, if he's not fit, I'll play Mosquera there. Because I just think Mosquera's a bit quicker, a bit better defensively. Ben White has made a lot of errors recently. He's not looked the same. You know what I mean? He made the big one against Southampton. He was a little bit of fault the other day. You know what I mean? I'm seeing teams get at us down that side. And if Nketiah, well, you could play Mars Lewis Skelly. He had a good game, to be fair. So you could keep him in for sure. I was pleased actually for Mars Lewis Skelly because I was a little bit worried when the game started. But he actually did play well. One of the very, very few, probably the only one that can walk out of that game and say that he did all right. No one else.
Yeah. Do you know what? It might actually be a good thing for us to have a midweek game just to sort of try and go into the City game with a bit of momentum rather than waiting. I always think when you lose a game as a player, you want a quick game just to get that one out of your system. Yeah. What we don't need is, extra time and turning this into some sort of monster game. They need to sort of get it dealt with and maybe take people off. But yeah.
Curtis, you know what I'd like to ask you guys, right? Do you think that we should change our style for these, like, not even necessarily that, but we've got, because I just feel that, like you said, City, Southampton, and Bournemouth all did the same thing to us. They didn't press us. They let Raya and the back players have it, and then they pressed. We're not getting the ball up to the forward players quick enough. They're cutting out the balls that we try to play through the midfield, and they're just nullifying us. And I think that's one thing. We need to see a change of style. I don't know what it is, but we got to.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, and it's just tweaks. It's not like you have to change formation or totally rip up the system. It's just you've got to allow that front line to attack. Like, Gyökeres is so isolated. The wingers are too deep. The midfielders are, like you said, when you was in Lisbon, Odegaard was getting the ball off the centre-backs. Raya, we don't want to see Raya on the ball. Like, it's just, you're just putting us under unnecessary pressure. So I don't know. Arteta has these times where he tweaks things. I think he's just got to go to what works for this team and be a bit more positive. We need some momentum going into that City game, which is why that Lisbon game's a bit of a concern now. We need a good result so that our spirits are lifted for that City game. Because right now we're all flat. I was looking forward to that City game. Now I don't even want to watch it. So he needs something. We need Saka and Timber back this week. Honestly, like those two would be a big boost for us. But yeah, I just think he's got to play on the front foot a little bit more.
All right. Well, listen. Predict. How did the table go? Listen,
none of us predicted that. Me and Leon even finished March. We hadn't sorted that yet.
We've gone to rock, paper, scissors for you guys, I think.
I think we'll have to.
You keep getting it wrong.
Next show we're in the studio, yeah.
Go on, Lee.
Go on, Lee. Lisbon prediction.
One 0.
He's not even going 2-0 though.
I was gonna go 1-0 as well.
His standards are dropped 2-1. Oh, you know what? I'm actually unsure what performance we're gonna put out. So I'm gonna stay in touch with that City game. 1-0.
I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
Fair now, man. Oh, the man even got me on the floor, bro. I don't even know what to. All right, listen. You know what? Let me be positive. 2-0.
That's positive. That's very positive.
I thought he was about to go 5 or 6 then.
After what we just saw, is 2-0 not positive?
Yeah, fair enough.
Rob, you know what we need this week, right? We need you in Manchester Saturday evening.
Don't tell me nothing about that belief.
We need that rallying call again. I want to see you doing that Rashford celebration.
I want to be after that game, right? Coming out of that stadium with a fucking bottle in my hand, going out for that, sticking it back up to that fan who was giving it today. Yeah. But it's up to the players. It's up to the players. You know what I mean? They got to deliver for the fans, man. It's all right saying, the fans are making us nervous, but they got to deliver for the fans now, man. We're hurting.
Do you know what? Like, I ain't got nothing against that Saturday because do you know what?
I got nothing against him.
He's got confidence. I would never have I ain't got the confidence in my team to do that. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between us and them at the moment. They've been there, done it before. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, there's a load of cheating pills in that bottle, but like, at the end of the day, like, you know, I haven't got that to be able to do that. Even when we was 6 points in front, 9 points in front, even if we'd have gone 12 points in front yesterday, I still wouldn't be thinking we winning it. Like, you know, that's the difference between us and them at this moment in time.
Yeah, I got nothing against that fan, but I want to be able to stick it on him, innit?
Yeah, I know where I want to stick that bottle,
though. You know, listen, and he just sums up. Yeah, we're being laughed at the moment. So I want to see these players. Like, you know, it's not just them. You know, sometimes you hear some, you know, they need you because, you know, you're putting on pressure on us. Shut up, man. This is pressure time. What do you mean we ain't putting no added pressure on no one? We haven't seen this team win the league for 22 years. And we've come close over the last 3 years. Of course we're going to have anxiety. They got to go out there. There's nothing we can do. We can get behind them as much as we on the terraces, yeah. But they've got to go and put performances. Lee, you was at the game. What, at the start of the game, the fans were loud.
Yeah, listen, I thought for a 12:30 kickoff, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, so
I thought it was fantastic. 12:30 kickoff. Everybody was in their seats, like on top, like
the rubbish about.
No, I'm not having it. It was packed. It was packed in there, like that, and it was a good atmosphere.
Go and deliver at City. Simple as. That's where you become big men. That's where you could actually look on it and say that's where you get that thing off your back, innit? That whole bottle label and all that. That's where you get rid of it by going and winning at City.
Yep.
This needs to be the modern day Wiltord moment, don't it?
Yeah,
you know,
it does.
They have to do something special now. That cushion and all that you had, you've messed up.
Great point.
Yeah, we've done it before. Yeah. But who's going to be Wiltord?
By the way,
maybe the trolley.
The trolley.
All right, let's do some comments. What you got, Jack?
Oh, I'm gonna get my comment right here. I love the comments last episode, by the way, guys, because I thought I was going crazy, but you guys, all 270 of you, basically backed me in the comments here.
Oh,
so
shit!
I've got a lot to choose from.
You counted.
It says it at the top of the comments. Come on, Rob.
No, but so 270 comments in total.
Yeah, there was 270 comments. And
I know, because you made it like 270 comments were backing you.
Oh no, I said about 250 of them were, but well done, Jack, for pyramids of something. Sorry, bro. Well done, Jack, for not being afraid to have your own opinion. All facts about technical ability of our team. These people don't watch European football and are thoroughly biased. What can I say, man? I just got good ball knowledge.
Can I go on the back of that? Because I thought Jack was getting a little bit of stick, and I like to stick up for my man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Jack is the one that has the football knowledge on this panel. Like, you know what I mean? There you go.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, he has.
He's his mum. But anyway, still good.
Great football knowledge. He was the one. He's saying he wants him sacked after City, but it was 2 weeks ago. He said he's a world-class manager.
I've already addressed it.
Anyway, let me do the comment.
I've already addressed it. It's fine.
Gunner75 says Havertz is a false nine, not a midfielder. Eze comes alive late in seasons. Eze should start. Dowman on in the last 20 minutes. He can get us a late free kick or penalty. So he was saying that for them. It's going to be really interesting what he does in the next two games, really.
Yep.
Does anyone, sorry, before you do your comment, does anyone know is Timber any closer to coming back?
Don't know.
Don't know. He said he just got no updates, I think the last time he said.
Just a matter of days, guys. Just a matter of days.
There you go.
He said the same about Tommy Asser as well, but anyway. Uh, he said, "Yeah, you know, I watched the show back, and I thought you made a really good point as well." And YSA said, "Jack is right. Rice, Zubomendi, and Odegaard are technically not the same as the PSG midfielders." And I did understand your point, because I think what you were saying is, look, they're obviously not technical players, but they're not progressive enough. They don't play through the lines enough, you know, the way of Vitinha and them sort of guys do. And I think Saturday's game kind of showed that even more as well. So yeah, I do think we need a midfielder in the summer that can do that sort of
We
Cazorla
also need
fabric.
that for the Premier League as well.
Yeah.
Do you think though that again comes down to management instruction? Because Zubomendi, like, you know, he was touted as one of the best midfielders around. He plays in that Spanish midfield. You know what I mean? He's keeping Rodri out at the moment. He's doing really, really well. That's the most technical midfield in the world right now. Is it because the manager has got them on this ultra control thing?
Yeah.
Keep the ball, don't give it. You know what I mean?
It might
because,
be.
You know,
Might be.
I feel it's more that than you know, because Eze is technical. All right, Odegaard has fallen off his season. We know that, but he's always been known as a technical player. We know Rice.
I think my point is that I just don't think we need Rice and Zubomendi in most of the games that we play them. I think we would be good enough with one of them. And then we get a Cazorla type player in that left eight, which is maybe what he was trying with Havertz, which obviously has never worked. But that type player, Vitinha, a Pedri, a Pavlovic from Bayern, someone there that's a bit more, you know, fluid.
Tierney, what's his name at Newcastle?
Tonali,
yeah. Someone like that.
Tonali's not
not sure yet. Yeah.
No,
I love Tonali. I would love Tonali. I think he'd be more of a sort of Declan Rice type player.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've reached the end of the show today. Yeah, we're going to stop moaning. We got, just before we go, I had to get that one in here.
Oh, he's finally got it. Well done, Curtis.
Is that to Curtis?
I deserve that.
He's been waiting for that.
Not that I want this, but you know,
we're taking. He owes us big time.
Make sure on Wednesday though, guys, bring your dessert, bring your tea and coffee. Get there early.
Oh my God! Right, listen. Don't forget.
Bring me sleeping bag.
Final one standing. Beat Robbie. Beat Lee. Both of them are out there now. Right. Don't forget. Listen, United. You've got to do a job tomorrow to keep me in this. Right. But you guys can enter £50,000 up for grabs if you can last longer in the competition than me and also Lee. You just got to download the app. The link is in the description. You've got to be over 18. T's and C's apply, and you've got to be based in the UK and Ireland only. It's great fun, so play along if you can or if you want to. But listen, let's hope this is the last miserable, negative show that we have. But it's up to the players, isn't it? It's up to what the players do. Big game on Wednesday, Champions League, chance to get into a semi-final. By the way, just before we go, who do you guys think we'll get in if we get past Sporting? Who do you reckon we'll play? Do you think Barca can come back against Atletico?
Atletico, they rested the whole team. They even rested the keeper on the weekend. He benched the entire starting 11. He benched Black. He benched everyone. So I mean,
the whole 11.
Yeah, whole 11 bench, entire 11.
They lost, didn't they, as well? Yeah.
No.
Wow.
So obviously changed. I think it's a bit too much. I think Kabasi suspended as well. I actually think Atletico is the better game for us out of the two. That's my opinion, but yeah, I think they'll get through.
You think? What about you, Lee? You think Atletico or Barca?
I'm going Barcelona. I still think Barcelona will go through.
Yeah, I think Barcelona. Oh no, I think Atletico will go through. I think to go. I've been to that ground, man. That's a noisy old place, man. You don't want to be going there, lose, you know, on the back of your 2-0 down. I think that'd be different. It's made for Simeone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the other semi-final, I presume you think Liverpool will survive that, or you think they're out 2-0 down against PSG?
Yeah, PSG too good.
And PSG.
I am PSG.
I think PSG will win, but I think it'll be close. You know, I can see Liverpool getting an early goal, maybe worrying them a bit, and then they'll score late on and kill them off. But yeah,
Bayern to beat Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. Okay, well, listen, all will be revealed when we come back on Thursday. But listen, guys, thank you very much for today. Thanks to all you out there watching. I hope you're not all too depressed. Like Lee said, sometimes it's good that we've got a game coming up pretty quickly. So we've got that two big games. It's a huge week. Chance to get into a semi-final, and then Manchester City away next week, Sunday. We'll be all over it here on AFTV, so make sure you keep it locked in here. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks to you guys as well for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next show.
Right, let's make my picks now. Oh, that one's obvious.
Oh, we'll go on it.
Yeah, that one there, Rob.
Are you sure about that?
I am.
Well, maybe we should do beat Lee then.
Yeah, why not?
Well, if you think you can beat Lee, let's do it.